Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Just before the video starts, I just want to say thank you for all the support in my previous videos. So yeah, hopefully we can keep this up. But yeah, anyways, today's video I'm going to be doing a GPO update 8 fighting style tier list. So yeah, with the addition of Cyborg, and it's also been a few weeks since the update's dropped, I've actually got the fighting style, so I've used it long enough to give it my opinion. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. First of all, we're going to do basic combat. So I'm actually going to put this at C tier, and a lot of you are going to be really confused why. This is actually a good fighting style for Battle Royale only because of the nerf or Night Gauntlets, I can't speak English, but this does more. It's got better scaling than Night Gauntlets, so it's basically Night Gauntlets without the moves. Battle Royale, I would say, is decent, but anywhere else it's not. It's good for early games, so I have to put it C. The gut punch I think wasn't working for a while, so that was kind of bad, but now it's working. So I honestly do not see it being a D tier because D tier is absolutely useless. I would say it's a C tier because it's good in Battle Royale. Next, we're gonna go for one sword style. So I'm actually contemplating, I'm gonna put it B tier because one sword style is always good. In my opinion, it's one of the best fighting styles. I think one of my favorites anyway. But yeah, because I used to use one sword style back in the day when I used to fruit farm a lot. I would say one sword style by far is a very good, solid fighting style. I think it has been nerfed, but it's nothing that affects it drastically, so it's still viable. Next, I'm gonna go Blackleg. Blackleg is easily, I would say, S tier because it's very good with Pika and Goro because of the Colia. I think that's what it's called, the block break, the arm move. So and it's also good if you want to go full Blackleg. You can go Diablo Jamble, and it's decent for farming. If you don't have a fruit, you can use this. It's not too hard to get as well. You don't need to be a specific race, so just because of how good it is and it's easily accessible to all the races, I'm gonna have to put it on S tier. Next, I'm gonna go 2 sword style. So with 2 sword style, it was very good in whenever it came out, update 4. You would see everyone rocking 2 sword style. From what I've seen now, no one literally goes to get 2 sword style. Literally no one has it. So like literally all the sword styles have become dead. Literally I don't see anyone using it. I'm gonna have to put it B tier. Honestly, I don't see it being that good. Yeah, it actually needs kind of a buff. It needs some sort of use again. I don't think it's that good compared to any of the other fighting styles anymore. But yeah, I can't lie, they need to buff these two. Both the sword styles, because no one's rocking them anymore. It's very bad. They're both kind of bad for farming. They're only decent in PvP, but Alright, next let's do Mink combat. I honestly think this is the worst fighting style in the game. Obviously it would be better than regular M1 combat, but literally like no one uses it. Like in the actual overworld game, no one uses this. Obviously no one uses melee combat unless you're level 1, but no one would choose to use Mink combat over any of these fighting styles. I honestly think it's the worst one here. I mean, it's good for the sword. It gives you a bit extra stun, and I know it has been buffed, but it's still so bad. No one uses it. There's literally less people using this than these two. And don't get me wrong, the Mink race is good because you get the extra stamina and you get to look like a furry. But the Mink combat is just so bad. They buffed it and it's still bad. Yeah, it's just so bad, and especially in Battle Royale, no one uses that. This melee combat, the beginner's combat, is 100% better than Mink combat. Like, it's hard to get this early game compared to regular combat. You're going to spawn with this straight away. Plus, by the time it's mid game, I'm sure you'd prefer using a weapon over Mink combat or Fishman karate or Blackleg. Like, I honestly think it's the most useless fighting style. This needs the biggest buff. They need to give it that, I don't know what it's called, but that form, the transformation, that would make this so much better. Honestly, I think that's one fix that would make it so much better. It could actually rival Fishman and Cyborg and Dragon Claw. Alright, next I'm going to do Rokushiki. So I've been using Rokushiki since almost day one. because ever since I got my first fruit, I've literally been using it all, like throughout the whole time I played GPO until Cyborg dropped. So I've been using Rokushiki for so long, and I'm gonna have to put it, I don't think it's can be S tier, because as a fighting style alone I don't think it's as good as any of the others, but because of obviously it did get nerfed with the scaling, it was honestly worse than the normal dash, but luckily he changed it to 30%, so it was still nerfed but better than before. So yeah, I would say this is an A tier, high A tier, because the Shigan, the E move, got changed to a block break, which is very good. Like, a lot of you do not realize how good that is. That is literally the same as the Fishman block break, the brick breaker or something. I don't know what it's called. And the dash, it complements a lot of. It's very good for PvP. The dash, you can get around people's block easily. You can fake people. Like, I feel like if I were to use Rokushiki, my skill would be a lot more. My M1s would be better, because I'm a lot better with Rokushiki compared to the normal dash. A lot, like now, like you'll see what I'm going, but Rokushiki is very good. If there was no Cyborg, I would be using Rokushiki over any of the others, but as a fighting style alone, I don't think it's as good as any of these, well, Blackleg or any of these other ones. So as we all know, Fishman is back in the old days when it was paired with Mera, it was probably the best. Mera, Flowers and Fishman, everyone would be rocking that combo, but I would say it's still very viable, but it's not as good anymore. So I'm gonna have to put it high A tier, maybe high A tier, low S tier. But another good thing is that with the, obviously to get the Fishman karate, you need to be a Fishman, which means that you get to swim with a fruit, which is another plus. But this is just a fighting style. I would say it's still good, but it could be better. And next we have the two big ones. So we have Dragon. Let's do Dragon Claw. So Dragon Claw, I think it easily has to be S tier. So I'm putting Dragon Claw in S tier because it's just a great fighting style. It's got a counter. It's got like a boost with, if you have Mera and Pipe, you get a boost. So that's always a great thing. The only thing is, it's a lot for some people. It's very hard to unlock, so you need 7 battle royale wins. So I don't know why I said it like that. Battle royale. You need 7 battle royale wins. So for some people, it can be hard to unlock. It's a great fighting style. It's got a few combo extenders. It's got a counter. It's got the dragon stance move. Pretty overall for PvP, but for farming, it's not great. And then again, fighting styles are not great for farming, so yeah, just keep that in mind. And then lastly we have Cyborg. If I could, I would have put Cyborg in its own tier above these, but this is by far the best fighting style in this game. I know what you're saying, it's a 1% chance, it's impossible to get, but it's just so good. Like, the missile shower is like a Pika Ray, so and it does more than the Pika ult. It's basically the same as a Pika Ray. The scaling is good. It's got a, and let me just say that the missile shower does not drain any stamina at all. It literally drains no stamina, so that makes it. So yeah, it's just a whopper of a fighting style. And the barrage move, it's very good for PvP. It's good for the slime core for farming. It's good for farming overall, except from bosses, because it's kind of hard to hit on them. But it does so much damage. It does 500 damage. And it literally melts people in PvP, and you can, I think you can uplift into it, or you can do the Kirby walk, or whatever you call it, white walk, whatever you want to call it. You can use that into the E move of Cyborg. It's got a quick block breaker, which is the cannon move. Yeah, the ult is not great, but that's like it can chase Pika users down because it can. It tracks them, so yeah.